bottom of my trousers is hanging down. Could you put a stitch in it, please?
Morning.
Morning.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Don't mind us, sir. In our game, we've seen everything.
Not of mine, you haven't. June, might I have a word with you, please?
Coming.
Who are those men, and what are they doing in our kitchen?
They're the plumbers. They've come to fit the new radiator.
Well, why didn't you warn me?
Well, I told you about it last night.
You mean they've been here all night?
No, didn't you hear the doorbell? Anyway, I didn't expect you to come waltzing in with the trousers off.
Well, my turn-ups are down.
Oh, well, give them to me and I'll stitch them up for you.
Redford.
Dear.
I think the bacon's going to burn.
Oh, could you turn it for me, please, Mr. Bathgate?
You leave it to me. I'll save your bacon.
Thank you. Come on, let's have your trousers.
No,
then.
I'd rather you finish cooking my breakfast first.
Actually, it's not your breakfast, it's for the men.
What?
Yes, poor dears. They had to leave home without eating anything this morning. They wanted to make an early start.
But they're not making an early start, are they? I mean, they're just sitting in there waiting for you to dish up the breakfast.
Well, you can't expect them to work on an empty stomach.
Oh, they should have had breakfast before leaving home.
But then they'd have arrived much later.
Yes, but...
And if they're not working yet, considering how early they arrived, just think how much later they'd get to work if they'd arrived later than the early hour at which they arrived this morning.
Yes, but...
Hey, can you smell burning?
I think it's my brain overheating. Could you say all that again?
If I don't rescue that bacon, it'll be inedible.
And then they won't have to waste time eating it, will they?
Yeah, Mr. Medford. I'm Arnold. This is my mate, Clive.
I'm Terry, and this is my mate, June.
Sorry, I had the last cup.
I'll put the kettle on.
If you would be so kind.
Perhaps you'd like a read of the paper.
No, thank you. We have our own paper delivered. Has it arrived yet, June?
Yes.
Well, where is it?
Mr. Bathgate has it.
Oh, that's it. Thank you very much. Sure your mate wouldn't like to read it?
I've already read it.
Oh, good.
Not much in it, though.
I wouldn't say that. There's an old bit of toast in here for a start.
Oh, I wonder where that had got to, Tar.
Here we are.
Oh,
There.
that's very kind of you, Mrs. Medford.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much indeed.
Looking for something?
Any tomato sauce?
Tomato sauce?
Tomato sauce?
I'll ask the chef. June, you got any tomato sauce?
Tomato sauce? Yes. There we are.
Tar, that's more like it.
You like tomato sauce, do you?
Love it. Have it on everything.
Well, whatever turns you up.
Terry, what can I get you?
Well, I fancy a bit of bacon, actually.
Oh, darling, I'm sorry. They're the last few slices.
Oh, well, I'll have a couple of fried eggs.
I think there's only one left.
I should have got here earlier, shouldn't I?
Never let it be said I deprived a man of his breakfast. You have half of mine, Mr. Medford.
Thank you, Mr. Bath.
And half of mine and all.
No.
I hope you like tomato sauce.
Yes, but not with bits of egg and bacon in it. Thank you for the offer, but I think I'll settle for a boiled egg. No, excuse me, I'll get that.
One boiled egg coming up.
The way I'm feeling, that is a very unfortunate expression.
Mrs. Medford, perhaps you'd like this.
Oh, I don't think so. Thank you very much. I don't have much of an appetite in the morning. And today, I have even less. Excuse me. Do you want toast with your egg?
I don't care what I have with it, as long as it's not tomato sauce.
Rather a small one, I'm afraid.
Mrs. Medford, I've been thinking. That might have been from Murphy.
No, it's from the milkman, but they're usually much bigger than this.
Oh, no, not the egg, Mrs. Medford, the phone call.
Oh, sorry.
My lad Murphy's picking up the pipes. He said he'd phone if he had trouble with a supplier.
I'm afraid I'll have to forget about breakfast. There's a bit of an emergency. That was my boss, Malcolm. I've got to get to the office early.
Nip upstairs quickly and take your trousers off.
What?
So I can mend them.
Oh, for a minute, I thought it was my lucky day. No. Now, I'll shove a needle and thread in my briefcase and I'll do it when I get to the office.
I'll get it for you. What's the rush?
Well, Sir Dennis's portrait has arrived back from the framers and I've got to be there to accept collection.
That might be Murphy.
I'll get it.
Oh,
Mr. Bathgall here?
Yes.
Or are Brother Pipes?
Oh, good.
Shall I get them off the lorry?
That might be a good idea. Excuse me, are you Murphy?
Murphy, yeah. Something wrong?
No, but with a name like Murphy, I was rather expecting an Irishman.
An Irishman?
Yeah.
Do I look like an Irishman?
Well, you couldn't pass as Terry Wogan, no. In fact, I've never seen a less-looking Irishman in my life.
I'm really not surprised.
Why?
I'm Welsh.
Steady. Steady. Nearly there. Nearly there.
Sorry to barge in, Terry, but my nerves are in tatters.
Well, I've got a needle and thread here if it will help.
I don't mind telling you, Terry, if I wasn't a go man, I'd have a jolly good blub right now.
Oh, don't mind me if you want a blub. You just go ahead and have a blub.
I don't blub, I just told you.
I'm sorry, I'm concentrating on threading this needle.
It's all right if you're a woman.
Oh, well, they're more used to it, aren't they?
And if they want to, they can just let go. But us chaps, we've got to keep a tight grip on it.
Yes, I am.
Play it close to the chest.
Oh, yes, I'll do that.
Stand firm.
Oh, fine, yeah.
Chin up. Sit on it.
Sit on it?
Yes, thank you, Terry. I'll just sit here calmly.
Yeah, I mean, you just sit there. I could tell you were upset.
Upset? Do I look upset?
No.
Well, of course I'm upset! I worked all night on the plans for Sir Dennis's presentation, and when I took it to the board this morning, they practically tore it up and threw it in my face. In fact, they did tear it up and throw it in my face.
A rotten lot.
Must you fiddle while I'm talking to you?
I'm not fiddling, I'm trying to thread this needle.
There's a knack to that kind of thing. Give me the needle.
I think you've got the needle already, mate.
The trick is to do it upside down.
You mean you're going to hang from the ceiling?
No, back to front. You take the needle to the thread and not the other way around. All it needs is concentration and a steady hand. Have you licked this?
Yes.
Lick it again. What's that great flat thing there?
With my tongue.
There!
Oh! Oh, Sir Dennis's portrait has arrived safely.
Oh, no! Oh, hell!
Well, I knew you'd be pleased.
Oh, I dropped the needle.
Oh, don't worry, I'll find it.
Well, the insurance hasn't come for this yet, and security want me to take it home for the weekend, but I'll never get this in my MG. Terry, have you got a hatchback?
No, I'm just looking for the needle.
Never mind the needle. I want you to take this home in your car, and when you see Beatty, give it a kiss.
Eh?
Force yourself. And Terry, I shall be late this evening. I've got another meeting. I am in charge of this entire affair, and if anything happens to that portrait...
No, don't give it a second thought. Just forget about it and relax. Ah! What is it? I think I found a needle! Now, for once, don't make any mistakes. Lunatic! This is a car park, not a demolition derby. Oh, keys.
What the hell are you banging for?
You've run over Sir Dennis.
Oh, my God.
All right. No damage done.
You said there was someone under my car.
No, just his portrait.
Portrait?
I thought you'd flattened it.
You're lucky I don't flatten you.
All right. Keep your gasket on. I'll keep a moment. Crikey, how much more room do you need? Can't you see I've moved it?
I've made the tea. In the kitchen. Your tea. Tea up! There's a cup of tea for you in the kitchen.
I'll tell Mr. Bathgate, if he hasn't heard already.
Ever been to football matches, Mrs. Medford?
No, I'm afraid not.
Pity. We could do the voice like yours on the terraces.
Terry.
Oh, dear. Open the living room door for me, please.
Yes, what's that?
Well, here, why is everything covered up?
Oh, the dust sheets. The men have been drilling all day.
Well, I hope they strike all we could do with the money, if only to repair this.
What is it?
It's Sir Dennis's portrait. The thing's torn on the outside, but I think the portrait's all right. Check it for me, will you, while I get a drink? Where's all the booze gone?
Oh, under a dust sheet somewhere.
Ah, good job I'm not dying of thirst, isn't it?
Why did you bring this here, anyway?
Well, I should have taken it home to Malcolm's, but I can't do that until I repair it.
Oh, I
Is
see.
it all right?
Hang on. I'll tell you in a minute. Well, just about, but Terry, I think the artist has made a terrible mistake.
What?
He's painted Sir Dennis upside down.
Oh, Jim, don't lark about. I had to run miles to stop it being taken away by a van. After this, the London Marathon will be a doddle. Is that the noise the drilling makes?
Yes, I've had to put up with it all day. They don't want to lift the parquet flooring, so they're going through the wall.
It's not all it's going through.
I didn't know you were in there, Mrs. Medford. I was just going to sink me last hole.
That's not all you've sunk, Mr. Bathgate. Is it, a big hole?
What do you think?
Terry, you've been framed.
Joe, this is not funny. Oh, for heaven's sake, where's your sewing basket?
What?
Well, perhaps we could stitch it together and I could paint over it.
Paint over it? With a hole that size? You need to wallpaper it.
Well, there's quite a lot of the face there. And you've got those oil paints we bought for the evening classes.
Terry, you can never repaint that.
You don't have to repaint it. I've just got to touch it up. At school, I was very good at touching up. Artistically speaking.
Well, I suppose I could try and stitch it together, but honestly...
Oh, June, don't be so pessimistic. Together, we can do it. Go and get the paints. And better bring some big brushes. Now, remember, if we don't say anything, maybe no one will notice the damage.
You have to be blind not to notice it.
You did your very best to repair it. Surely Malcolm can't ask for more than that.
Oh, yes, he can. My resignation for a start.
June! Terry, what a pleasant surprise. It may not be all that pleasant.
June. We brought round Sir Dennis's portrait.
Super, bring it in, Terry. I've been aching to see it. Could be rather a painful experience for all of us.
I must say it's a lot larger than I expected. Must have made quite a hole in the company's funds.
Hole? Hole? What hole?
What do you think, Terry?
Actually, Malcolm just phoned, and when I said you hadn't arrived yet, he went absolutely spare.
Malcolm, what does Malcolm know about it?
Silly chump thought you'd had some frightful accident with it or something. I got very cross with him.
Oh, did you?
Well, honestly, the way he talks about you sometimes, Terry, anyone would think you'd escaped from a loony bin.
On this occasion, Beatty, I'm afraid that Malcolm is absolutely right.
You mean he has escaped from a loony bin?
No.
No, right about the accident.
June, I asked you not to say anything.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling, I had to.
You mean it's damaged? Oh, Lord.
Not all of it, just a little bit.
Which little bit?
Well, this bit. But I have repaired it. Now, I want you to look at this painting under this cover and tell me whether or not, in your unbiased opinion, it is vaguely
Human.
whether it is like Sir Dennis.
Should I have a drink handy?
Yes, I think you better.
June, please do not prejudice the witness.
I won't be prejudiced, Terry. Would you like one, June?
If we're going to expose Sir Dennis again, I think I will.
June, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I unveil this portrait of our beloved chairman, a man known to us all, a man...
Do get along with it, Terry. The suspense is unbearable.
I give you Sir Dennis Hodge. Well, what do you think?
I think
Yes?
I need another brandy. June.
No, thanks, Beatty.
Is it like Sir Dennis?
It's like Frankenstein's monster.
Well, that's close enough.
You don't suppose people might think that it's a portrait in the primitive style?
Primitive is right. It looks as if it was painted by a chimpanzee with a burnt stick.
Thank you, Beatty.
You'll have to get it out of here before Malcolm sees it. This could kill him. He's got a dicky ticker, remember?
Well, he'll have to see it sometime, dicky ticker or no dicky ticker.
Not until you've had it professionally restored.
Oh, we can't do that before Monday.
Well, then you must just go and tell Sir Dennis what's happened.
It really wasn't Terry's fault.
Well, it's hardly Malcolm's fault either. You could say you lost it.
Well, you can't lose a thing this size.
It could have been stolen from your car.
It should never have been in my car.
What if it was stolen from here? I mean, it's no one's fault if that happens.
What do you mean?
If we rewrap the painting, Malcolm won't know it's damaged. Then thieves could break in this evening while we're out to dinner and steal it.
But won't the shock of that stop his dicky ticker quicker?
I'll make sure he's well cushioned with alcohol. And anyway, as soon as it's been repaired, it can be returned anonymously, and no one will be any the wiser, least of all Malcolm.
It might look suspicious if they only take the painting. Perhaps they'd better take some of your jewellery as well.
Oh, no, June, not my jewellery.
Now, don't worry, Beatty. They take it, but the police soon find it again.
Oh, hooray for the police.
In a bag at the bottom of the garden.
They must have dropped it, making their escape.
Yes, so the only thing they get away with is...
The
painting!
Oh, isn't this exciting, Terry?
Masterminding a crime.
You two couldn't mastermind a cream puff. Where are you going to find two thieves by tonight? I mean, they don't advertise in the yellow pages.
I don't mean real thieves.
Oh, that's a relief.
I mean you. Well, you and June.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Beatty.
You don't have to do any real damage. There's a cracked pane of glass in the French windows we've been meaning to replace for ages. And just in case there's any trouble, I can give you a note to say I've asked you to, check the house's security.
I suppose it would give us a chance to get the painting restored properly.
Yes, and it might even be fun.
Fun?
Well, I mean, I'd love to burgle your house.
Oh, would you?
I've always rather relished the idea of rummaging through other people's drawers.
Well, you're not going to rummage through mine.
But, Terry...
I'm sorry, Beatty. I know we owe it to Malcolm to save his bacon, but I mean, entering this house and pinching that painting on, it's ridiculous.
June.
On second thoughts, it is a bit harebrained.
Au contraire.
Don't you dare.
I think it's a rather sensible solution to all our problems.
Sensible? I'm sorry, but anybody who thinks that needs their tiny, pointed head examined. I need my tiny, pointed head examined. What time is it? Put that light out!
You asked me the time.
We'll be doing time if you draw attention to us like that.
It was a few minutes after midnight.
Okay, right, let's go to work.
Okay, boss.
Gloves,
Got it.
torch,
Got it.
swag bag.
Got it.
Good.
Well, I've got that old shopping bag Mother gave me. Will it do?
Well, supposing they trace it back to her.
Well, it's hardly likely, is it? One old bag's very like another.
I know, but that's not the way to talk about your mother, is it? Stop waving the torch about. You're breaking into a house, not showing somebody to a seat in the cinema. Oh, listen, be very careful. It's covered in treacle.
Treacle?
Yes, I spread it on the paper before we left home.
If you'd said you were hungry, I'd have made sandwiches.
No, it's an old housebreaker's trick. You put sticky paper over the pane of glass you're going to break, and it muffles the sound and keeps the bits of glass together. Now, give us the paper. Oh, what have you done?
You shouldn't have snatched it.
Oh, good. My gloves are getting covered in treacle.
Take your gloves off.
I'll leave fingerprints behind.
Well, it's either that or treacle prints.
Look, you hold it.
No, I don't want it.
Well, what am I going to do with it? I know. Which is the cracked window? I'll scrape it off over there.
Well, I was pretty sure it was this one, but there's no glass in it. Beatty must have taken it out to save us any trouble.
She left it a bit late, didn't she? Look, what am I going to do with it?
Just throw it away and follow me.
Throw it away. What do you think I'm trying to do?
Look, it's marvellous.
What?
Marvellous. Beatty's turned everything upside down. It'll save us so much time.
Yeah, it looks as if it really has been done over. She should take it up professionally.
She said she'd leave her jewel box upstairs in the bedroom.
Right, nip up and get it, and I'll take the painting outside.
You know, Beatty was absolutely right.
What about?
This is fun.
That's all right.
Oh, dear!
Oi, Lily, come in here a minute.
Oh,
You, sit down.
Terry, it's a real burglar.
Both of you, sit down.
I can't sit down. I'm in agony.
Look, I said sit. What the hell's this?
Treacle, and it serves you right.
Treacle?
What's going on?
I've got a handful of treacle.
Never mind that. What are they doing here?
Well, that's a fine question coming from you. What are we doing? What are you doing here?
Well, yes, we are friends of the people who live here.
Oh, yes. Just popped in to borrow a cup of sugar, have you?
Yeah. I heard him tell her to grab a jewel box.
Just as I thought. A couple of tea leaves.
Tea leaves?
Thieves like us.
I'll have you know my husband is on the parish council.
I don't care if he's the Archbishop of Canterbury. I've got a nose for tea leaves.
Oh, must come in handy if you can't find the strainer.
Get the bags and bring them in here.
All right.
Sorry we can't stay and chat, but we've got all we come for. Not that there was much worth having in the first place.
If you take anything out of this house that doesn't belong to you, my husband will telephone the police the minute you've gone.
Is she winding me up?
I didn't know you'd run down, mate.
You Bertie, look. Maybe they're straight like what he says, eh?
They better not be.
No, we're not straight. We're not straight. No, we're not straight. Are we, Fingers?
Fingers?
Yeah, you was right the first time. Yeah, we are a couple of tea bags. Perhaps you heard of us. Perhaps you heard of us, the Medford mob.
No, I can't say I have, no.
No, well, it's a small mob as mobs go. How many would you say, Fingers, was in our organisation?
Well, since we lost Mickey the Muscle, it's just the two of us.
Two of us, yes. It's a very exclusive mob.
Yeah, it's a sort of a mini-mob.
Yeah. Mini mob, yeah. I'm the boss, and this here is Fingers, my mole.
I am Fingers, his mole.
Well, they don't work pearly, do they? Otherwise, we'd have heard of you.
No, don't work Pearly, no. Don't work Pearly. No, where do we work?
Oh, well, usually, boss, we go for Park Lane and Mayfair.
Yeah, Park Lane and Mayfair, with hotels on both.
Well, you're slumming a bit, ain't you? The stuff we got in these bags will hardly cover the cost of our petrol. Still, you're welcome to what's left.
Oh, no, that's very kind of you, but all we actually want is that painting, thank you.
Painting? Is that what it is?
I wish you hadn't said that, June.
Fingers.
Fingers.
I'm glad she did. We might have missed that. Get the wraps off it first.
Now, look here. You mugs have got what you come here for, ain't you?
Oh, boy, boss, you tell him.
And if you put your dirty great mitts on that picture, you might get treacle all over it.
It really will not interest you. It is just a very bad picture of someone you do not even know.
Well, the National Portrait Gallery's full of paintings like that, and they fetch a minute.
It's true. It's an horrible-looking thing.
It's modern art, Percy. Well, you don't have to understand it. You just flog it. Get it in the car.
Now, listen.
All right, look, fair dues. You put us onto it, you keep the junk what's in the bags.
But you won't get anything for it.
No, it's hardly worth the canvas it's painted on.
So why did you come all the way from the West End? For the aggravation or the exercise?
Now, listen.
No, you listen. The more you tell me it's worthless, the louder I hear cash bells ring. Now, I may know nothing about the modern art game, but when I see a painting of a geezer with both his eyes on the same side of his nose, one name springs immediately to mind.
What name?
Picasso. Be lucky.
Picasso?
Picasso!
Picasso! He thought my painting was a Picasso. When I've been wasting time flogging file extinguishers, I should have been forging masterpieces. No, what are you doing?
I'm phoning the police.
No, don't do that. No.
Terry, they've just stolen Sir Dennis's portrait.
And it saved us the cost of having it repaired. And we saved Malcolm and Beatty's stuff from being stolen on the top of that.
Well, aren't you going to take any steps to recover it?
We are going to take definite steps, dirty, great, big ones, and get as far away from here as possible.
That's very generous of you, Mr. Bathgate, and very welcome, too.
I get it.
Really? Yes.
Oh, crikey, Malcolm. You do look rough.
I've been with the police all night.
Oh, drunk in charge again?
This isn't funny, Teddy. Last night we had a break-in.
Oh, no. Come here, June. Malcolm and Beatty have had a break-in.
Oh, no, Malcolm. How awful. Did they get away with much?
Yeah, it's Sir Dennis's portrait.
Oh, no. They got away with Sir Dennis's portrait.
Terry, I heard. Sir Dennis's portrait.
Yes, I had to phone the old boy from the station to break the news.
What, was he furious?
Furious? He was overjoyed.
Overjoyed?
Well, apparently he saw the painting last week and thought it was quite repulsive. Which reminds me, Beatty wants me.
How is Beatty? Is she all right?
Well, cool as a cucumber. Anyone would think she knew all about it.
Oh, no, she didn't. I mean, nobody knew, did they, Fingers?
June.
I'll see you at the office on Monday.
Just one other thing. Last thing, Malcolm. Were there any clues as to who done it?
Well, only one, but it's hardly a clue, but it's got the entire police force baffled.
What is it?
Everything was absolutely covered in treacle.
It seems like we've done Sir Dennis a favour.
And that was Mr. Bathgate, the plumber, on the phone. Because they damaged the portrait, they're knocking £20 off our bill. I thought crime wasn't supposed to pay.
Oh, there's only one way to make it lose.
What's that?
Nationalise it.